start streaming.
Yes.
All right, let's see if I can record. It looks like I can record. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hello, everybody. So, today we're going to be talking a little bit about some advanced perspective stuff. I'm actually going to be recording this stream to our device and probably cutting it into a long form video for our channel and trying that. I know a lot of streamers tend to do that, so welcome everybody. We are going to be talking about some perspective stuff today. We're going to be doing some Krenz cubes. We're going to be doing some 5-point perspective and talking about the 180 degree field of vision. I've been wanting to make this lesson for a while. It gives me good practice as well. And I've been brushing up on this kind of stuff a lot. So, all right, I'm going to switch with Christina. You don't need to take your headphones off.
Oh, okay.
I'll just wear mine over there.
All right. I took off anyway.
All right. Ducky Salem, hello. This is so low. I have to go up.
Now I feel very tall.
I have to go up a lot.
Do it.
Oh, that's so much better.
Just make sure you change it back.
I don't know why you
Gizmo.
sit so low.
It's more comfortable for me. My head tends to go over way more when I lean over if I'm taller. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kren's Archive. And Ross, hello. Hey, A. Just watching a video about hands. Oh, yay! The new one that we just posted.
There we go. So everybody who is here right now, the beginning of this stream is going to be a recording for a YouTube video. So we're gonna try cutting a stream into some long form content. I know a lot of streamers do that, and we're experimenting. But I've also been wanting to do this for a while. Can you get my sketchbook in the other room, actually?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start the recording. Awesome. We are recording. Hello, everybody. Hashtag I love perspective. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to be talking about some advanced perspective today. We're going to be going through Krenz cubes, 5-point grids, which is basically like a 180 degree field of vision.
Sketchbook acquired.
Sketchbook acquired. Yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of warm up earlier. These were drawn without a grid earlier in the sketchbook, and I've been doing a little bit of stuff like this, messing with it. Although, I added the
oh, that's
these colors
beautiful.
to it.
Very lovely.
There you go, that kind of stuff.
By the way, if you're recording this, do I still engage with chat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. Awesome. Just want to make sure. I was practicing volleyball and hitting an angle and
I
almost
kinda
broke
like
my
these.
neighbor's
These are
window.
kinda
Yikes.
fun.
Those are really nice. I really like that that pattern that you drew on the skirt.
Yeah, I just use like a blue marker.
Hey, Danny draws.
But
Salem.
yeah, so we're going to be talking about these. This is basically the first thing that we're going to be going over, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The title of the video that I'm making might be something like what you were never taught about perspective, or what was the other ones? I think I even wrote them down. They should be in here. The part of perspective you never learned, the part of perspective nobody taught you. So this is something that's Gene teaches a lot and has a lot of fun with that, and so we're going to be teaching it here.
Scale Draws asked, are these lessons posted anywhere afterward? I'm at work and can't watch, sadly.
Yeah, we're live streaming right now on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to our channel, Draw Anime Academy. All of these VODs will be up on YouTube. You can rewatch them, all of them. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of them. Many, many hours of streams. So
Thank you for the follow.
we will go ahead and get started. Krenz cubes. So what we're going to do to start is we'll do some Krenz cubes.
Draw a LG washer and dryer. Funny enough, we actually do have one of those.
And so we're just going to get started, and we're going to draw a square, and we're going to divide this up into a grid. 4x4 grid, all right? A grid of squares. And we're going to make a row of 4x4 of these. So we're going to go ahead and do this and duplicate, move this over. I don't really know how to do this faster.
Thank you,
Duplicate.
Jan, for the follow.
Move this over.
So can you tell a little bit about for those who don't know what Krenz cubes are, like what it is.
Krenz cubes are basically just a way to memorize how to draw cubes from different angles. So, for example, if I want to draw a cube from the side, I can draw it like this. If I want to draw a cube at a 3/4 angle, I can draw it like this. If I want to draw a cube that I'm looking down at, I can draw it like this. If I want to draw a cube that I'm looking slightly at an angle at, looking down at, or slightly at an angle looking up at, right? And there's actually a way to practice this properly. To properly practice this, all right? So we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to go and duplicate and bring this down so you can follow along if you want. I don't expect this stream to have a lot of viewers because it's a complicated subject, but I really want to yoink this stream for a long form video and try that out. Who knows how it'll work?
We don't do requests for specific characters. Or
there we go.
Yeah.
So we've got this 4x4 grid of 4x4s. So this is going to be 1 to 3 ratios. This is going to be 2 to 2. This is going to be 3 to 1. This is going to be the front of our box right here.
We got 2.
This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 2 by 2, and this is going to be 3 by 1. All right. So here is our grid of boxes. Right? That's what it looks like. Everybody on TikTok can see. Everybody on YouTube can see. This is the front of our box. Now we're going to rotate our box, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 to 3 is going to be like this.
So someone asked, what do ratios mean? What do the
ratio?
What
Like
do the ratios mean?
Like a proportional ratio. So that means we're seeing 1 part left of the box and 3 parts front of the box. All right. This will make more sense once I start adding color. So there we go. There is a box that we are looking at the front of, and also this left side here. 1 part left, 3 parts front. And so as this box rotates, we're going to see 2 parts left and 2 parts front. Like that. And then we're going to see 3 parts left.
Jazz asked, what's a Krenz cube? We actually explained it earlier in the video, so you can rewind to that
part.
point.
I don't think I explained it.
Oh, you didn't?
Krenz is a Taiwanese artist who developed this method of rotating boxes, kind of like more mathematically. All right. So that is our rotated boxes, right? This is, and if you want to get technical about this, this one is rotated at a 45-degree angle. Right? You're looking at it from the side.
Half and half.
This one is rotated halfway between 45, so 22.5. This one is rotated 67.5 degrees, right? And then, of course, if you drew another one over here, you'd then be looking straight at the left, right? And then if you were to draw another one over here, you'd be rotating it past, so this would be like left and the back. Right, so we're basically just taking this cube and rotating it. Do I have a Rubik's Cube in here?
I actually don't know. I don't know where you would put it.
All right, so now we're going to do the same thing with this side. So we're going to see 3 parts of the front and 1 part of the top. So it looks just like this. 3 to 1. And now we're going to see 2 parts of the front and 2 parts of the top.
Hey, Clover.
There we go. And then we're going to come down here, and we're going to see 1 part of the front, and we're going to see 3 parts of the top.
Alex Rodriguez asked, that first row is on the same center axis or on the same horizon line? It's on the horizon line.
Horizon line. The horizon line would basically be in the middle, right there. But we're not really talking about horizon lines and stuff right now. We're just going to focus on how much of the different sides do we actually see, all right? And so then this second one is we're actually seeing 1 part of the left, 3 parts of the front, and 1 part of the top, 3 parts of the front. So what we end up getting is a box that looks like this.
Tilly, and this is the program that we're using right now is Procreate.
There we go. It's basically just a box like that. So we got 3 parts of the front. 1 part, 1 part. And then this one
is a very
is
worth it program.
45 degrees. So we're seeing, 2 parts of the left, 2 parts of the front, 1 part of the top, 3 parts of the side or the front, So this one looks like this. So it's literally just rotating a cube at different angles. And later on in the stream, I'm actually going to tie all of this back into actually how to put this on a grid. And it's really cool.
Kenny, thank you for the follow.
All right.
Apple,
So this one is going to be basically the same one as over here. So we're going to get this. Like that. So we've rotated the cube down and we've rotated it over. And now let's do this one, all right? So we're going to get that similar, and you'll actually start to notice some stuff as well. So this one is now 1 part of that side of the left and 2 parts of the top and 2 parts of the front. So what you'll notice is these two are actually the same. It's just rotated. See? There's that cube right there.
Whoa.
And there's this cube right there.
Whoa.
They're the same thing. And you'll actually notice this happens a lot. It happens all over. Do you mind if I screenshot? Yes, you can absolutely screenshot. This is also going to be a VOD on YouTube. So let's continue on. This one is going to be 2 parts of the left, 2 parts of the front, and 2 parts of the top.
I don't
So
think
it's going to be like this. What's up?
I don't think that's right.
This one?
No. You have to flip it. This goes in the middle.
Did I do it wrong?
You
Oops.
tilted it.
I accidentally tilted it. My bad.
No, it's
I wasn't
okay.
paying attention.
It's okay.
I have to tilt it 50%.
Yeah.
There we go. My bad.
It's okay.
There we go.
It's confusing sometimes.
And then that one's rotated.
Thank you, Tilly.
And then we have the same thing happening over here.
Gio says, this makes so
Just
much
say
more
diamond.
sense than just blindly drawing a lot of boxes. Haha. I agree. I definitely agree.
Which is a diamond right here. So it kind of looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one right now? Now I'm all messed up.
No, I
Or is
think
that
it's
one?
flipped.
It's flipped again?
Yeah.
I keep doing that. So did I flip? Oh, so it should be like a... Should be a bigger one right here.
Oh, hold on. Look at your example here.
Should it be like this?
Hold on. I think it's more like this.
Which one
Wait
did
a
we draw?
second.
Or is that one right all along?
No, this one's right.
That one's right?
Yeah, this one's right. I think it's more like... Hold on 1 second. Now even I'm confused. Hold up.
It's been so long. Let me
been so
go
long.
back
Hold
to
on.
here. So I've been busy doing these, and I haven't actually gone back and done the Krenz in the grids for a while. Yeah, look,
Yeah, is that right?
it's like that.
Okay.
It's
okay.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
I just was
this actually brings up a
blind.
really good point, and I'm just being dumb. So 2 to 2 and 3 to 1, we can actually pinpoint exactly where that corner is going to be. It's going to be right there.
Yeah.
So I should have explained this earlier. So how you find where the corner is going to be is going to be 2. Sorry, which one is it?
That
It's
one's 3 to
2 to 2. So 2 to 2, and this is going to be 3 to 1. So you move over 3 and you move down 2, and then that actually shows you where your corner is. So this is where the corner is going to be of the box.
Yeah.
And so what you really get is a box.
Yeah, I think
That's like
that's more
this.
like it.
I should have used this method all along. It's gonna look something like that. I'm a little bit off. There we go. Okay, my bad. I should have used that. So that means like this one's 2 to 2 and 2 to 2. The corner's in the center. This one's you know, 2 to 2 and 1 to 3. So the corner's on this third point, right? This one is going to be 3 to 1 and 1 to 3. So your corner is going to be right here, and right here. All right. And if I had followed this, I would have known all along.
Well, I think this is it's a good mistake to make. This
so what
one
you
always
have
messes me up.
is this one's really hard.
That one's basically just a square.
Yep.
Yeah, on the top.
And then this one goes like this. There we go. Kind of a square like that. So you have this rotated down.
I noticed
so there's
it could
that
look
one.
Like this too.
What's up?
I noticed it could look like this too.
Yeah, it actually can look like that depending on your vanishing
Yeah,
points.
it just depends.
I could just make it like that. So we can go like this. How did you do it?
I did a square,
Oh, there. I guess you could also do it that way.
and then I just squished the rhombuses.
Yeah.
Square, and then these two pieces.
Square, square. Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could also do it like that. I guess I was kind of switching to 3-point perspective. So anyways, let's just
Maybe
do
I'm
this one this
distracting
way.
you too much.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of distracted,
Sorry
but it's
about
all
that.
good. So we can go like that. And then this is the front, right?
Yep, that's the front.
That's the front. And then what you have here is you have this really big diamond right here.
I find that those ones are actually the easiest to do. Just
These
the 2 by
ones?
2s, like the half and half in general.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah, those are really easy.
because it's just dead in the center, and it's
All right.
a lot easier.
And there you go. So again, this is 3 parts top, 1 part side, 2 and 2, right? And then you have this one right here.
Astro actually asked a good question. How
What's
to
up?
know if a square is wonky or not?
I don't know if a square is wonky or not. There's a complicated process. I can't really get into it. It's complicated, but a lot of this actually really has to do with that as well. So I haven't actually done this in so long. I never do it this way. This will make more sense later. All right, so there you go. That's basically your Krenz cubes, and then we can.
Oh, Elias.
Let's just go. Let's give a red. Let's give a blue, and let's give a green.
This is
So
the fun part.
there's a blue. TikTok can't see that. I'm just picking some colors, and here's a green. Right. So we'll make the front red, and we'll just cover all of the fronts. There's front, and I'm gonna do this really quick.
How's
Front.
everyone doing today?
Front. Yeah, I don't know why I drew that one wrong.
Well, I think it just was like your brain
I
just
wasn't paying
flubbed
attention
up
to
a little
it.
bit, but that's totally fine.
Front. 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 There we go. There we go. There we go.
Ooh, very nice.
Like that. And then the front is right here. And twisting away from us. Now let's just do the top in, well, maybe we'll do the side in blue.
Ooh, fancy.
So this side is going to be in blue. Just so we can really see this cube rotating. I'm gonna just,
Oh, that's not the right
why didn't I,
It's because you.
sorry, my brain's not working today. I saw a shape and I'm just like,
Ooh, I gotta fill it in.
let's fill it in. Side, side,
Me to be. It's been
Side.
a while. Hey, Moldy Jeff. It's
Side.
been a while as well.
side. All right.
Doing
And then
good.
we'll just do a green top. It's funny because before you had no idea how to do these, but now you know how to do them really well because you did so many for homework.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, I should do more. I should continue doing this. I should just fill up a sketchbook with just a bunch of Krenz cubes.
Some of these are a little bit wonky, but it doesn't matter.
I can move those to the side a little bit, and just get chipped off.
Move them to the
And
side.
Move them to the left.
Oh, all these.
Yeah, all those.
I didn't know what you meant.
Oh, sorry. It sure has been a while. By the way, Colton, I'm still working on that Miki Mitsubi sense.
There we go. Are you now? I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, thank you, and Angeline.
Awesome. There we go. So, there is a set of Krenz cubes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you guys want some sort of homework,
Homework.
I would do 20 sets of these, at least. Do 20 sets of these.
Thank you, DZ, for the follow.
If you want homework, go do 20 sets.
Thanks, B.
There's so few of them too. Like, there's so few of them. Now, how does this tie into? Let's switch subjects really quick, right? We got a head and we got a person. All right, let's just say we got this.
Watching this at 2 a.m. in Europe when I should be sleeping. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Are you guys teachers or just general artists trying to help some new artists? We're
We
teachers.
teach. All right.
And we're also trying to
So-
help other artists as well. So it's both.
I think both.
Both,
Like,
yeah. I mean, when you teach, I mean, you're.
I would assume that, you know, teachers try to help other artists.
Yeah.
There we go. So here's a person standing, all right? And this is where you see the world from, right? This is where your eyes are. So you look out here. And generally speaking, when people look out, they have like this cone, right? Your vision is kind of like a circle, right? So this is called like the cone of vision. You might have heard of it before. You see out, and everything in front of you in this cone is kind of what you see. And then there's this little teeny tiny cone of what's actually in focus, like what you're looking at, right? This cone tends to be like a 60-degree cone of vision. Okay, that's what you see. But what we're going to draw, actually, and then let's just like draw a little thing here, right? So let's just say that this cone.
Someone asked, what does a set count as?
A set?
Set of Krenz cubes?
What is a set? Just one of
Just
these?
that. One of those.
16.
16, yep.
But you're just seeing the front, so it's really 15. But anyways, all right, so let's say that this person is, you know, looking at one of these cubes from the side. Let's say that this is actually one of these up here. Actually, no, one of these right here. Right, so this is one of these that he is looking at. We're seeing it from a different angle. He is seeing it. So what he's actually seeing is here's this cone of vision, and he's literally just going to see this. Just like that, right? This goes over there. Like that. He's looking at it at a 45-degree angle. There we go. So let's go back. Let's undo all this, and let's just say, okay, so there's up. I should actually probably do this in a color.
It's not a bad idea.
So there's going to be forwards and backwards, which is your Z axis. We're going to go up and down, which is your Y axis. Let's just put these colors up there. Let me put this color right here.
Thank you, Sarah and D, for the follow.
So we see the world in 3 dimensions.
And
We see the world in 3 dimensions. And these dimensions, forwards, backwards, up, down, left, right. 2-dimensional games, they just go up and down, left and right. But a 3rd dimension goes forwards and backwards, right? You know, if there's like a video game and you're playing on the TV and there's these platforms and your character's on it and they kind of jump between them, but you can't go forwards and backwards. You can only go left, right, up and down. That's a 2-dimensional game because it just works in the, you know, X-axis and the Y-axis.
2 dimensions.
But as soon as you add a 3rd dimension to it, you can actually go around in that game and, you know, go on platforms and go back here. Okay, so the real world works that way, right? So what ends up happening is we get a left and right, front, back, up, down. So let's draw the left and right. That's going to be your X.
Thank you.
And then up and down is going to be your Y dimension.
Thank you, Winter and Mila, for the follow.
There we go. So we've got X, Y, and Z. Does that make sense, everybody? And then I'll probably just draw this Z back here as well. If you've ever done 3D modeling, this XYZ space probably looks pretty familiar. So there we go. Now,
Looks like an asterisk.
perspective is just how do these things show up on a 2D surface. So if I have a piece of paper, right, and I want to draw a box on this paper, perspective is how I represent these objects on a 2D surface. So if I want to draw a box on this surface, right, it's like, got these lines that go by, and then we'll just go, you know, we'll draw a little pencil and stuff. There we go. Perspective is how we show the 3D world on a 2D surface. That's it. That's what it is, right? Because the 3D world is 3D, and if you want it on a two-dimensional surface like a piece of paper, you have to use some sort of math to get it there, okay? So this is your X, Y, and Z dimension, and now it's actually really interesting, and it's funny because this is actually kind of...
Hey, demonics.
Anyways.
Oh, like the red, blue, and green.
So we have this sphere around us, right? Here's this side. Like that. Here is this side. Like this. Let me draw that a little bit better.
Those lips are hard.
Right? And we have this. Like that.
Creates a sphere.
So Y, the plane of Y is going to be perpendicular to the arrow. So the plane of Y will look like this when Y goes up and down. And the same thing works with X. So the plane of X, I grabbed it blue.
Renee says, do you post these two? I can't stay for the whole live. Yes, we post them. We post this on our YouTube channel.
Like
Same
that.
name, Draw Anime
And then
Academy.
Z. Yes, Draw Anime Academy on YouTube. This will be up as a VOD. And then we have Z, right? And that is Z. So it kind of looks like that. There's your X, Y, and Z dimensions. Let's grab the Y. Let's grab the X, and let's just say that. All right. So this is actually really interesting because what ends up happening is, what is a vanishing point? A vanishing point is the point at which something gets so far away you can't see it anymore. Big skull, smaller, 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 smaller. And now imagine I go so far away with that skull you can't see it anymore. That's a vanishing point. All right? Big skull, close to us, goes far away, vanishing point. It vanishes. You can't see it anymore. It disappears. That's a vanishing point. And so a box has these sides, right? And if the sides were super duper 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 long, they would go all the way back and they would essentially vanish and converge to a point. Just Draw Anime Academy? Yes. But we cut it off before then. We cut it off and we erase out this bit, and what ends up happening, we have a box. We have a plane in perspective, right? It looks like this. It looks kind of like a, what is that shape? Like a rhombus or a trapezoid?
Trapezoid, yeah.
A trapezoid. I think a rhombus is like
A
this,
diamond?
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that.
I don't know. I don't remember. But anyways. So as this goes further away. Now, in 5-point perspective, there are 5 of these points at which something gets so far away you can't see it anymore. That's the idea of 5-point perspective, right? So there's in front of you, there's a vanishing point down there. To the right of you, there's a vanishing point down there. That's 2. To the left of you, there's a vanishing point down there. That's 3. And above you, there's a vanishing point. That's 4. And below you, that's 5. 5-point perspective. All right? So now in 6-point perspective, there's a vanishing point behind you, but it gets all distorted and artists don't really use that. So just ignore that for now. But essentially, 5-point perspective looks like this, right? You get an up, down, left, right, and then you've got a front, and this kind of connects over like a bubble. That is 5-point perspective. That's like the field of vision that you see, right? Like up, down, right, left, forwards. That is what you actually see. Now, the problem is, how do you get a half of a bubble? Yes, like a half sphere, exactly. It's like you cut a ping pong ball in half. That's what literally it is. Now, how do we get that half of a ping pong ball or half of an orange onto a flat piece of paper, right? Because what ends up happening is it would just be like it would be like this,
Whoa.
right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So imagine you take that ping pong ball and you run it over with a car. It flattens out. Now, imagine you drew lines around that ping pong ball, right? Like this. Like these slices, like an orange slice, right? There's a bunch of slices. What happens to those slices when you run it over with a car? They flatten, but they're curved. So 5-point perspective looks like this. We're going to take that ping pong ball and we're going to run it over with a car.
Horrible.
This is what that ping pong ball will look like. It's going to be a circle like this.
I'm going to read some follows. Yuki, Vale, Rose Star, Arts, and UWise, thank you for the follow.
So it's a circle, but the lines going across it are going to look like this.
So you just divided those sections in half.
Yep, I just divided those sections in half, each of those chunks, right? So there we go. That is what our 180-degree field of vision looks like on a piece of paper, flattened out. That's what this sphere, this half sphere, this ping pong ball, half ping pong ball looks like, flattened out onto a piece of paper, all right? This is looking straight up. This is looking straight down. This is looking to my right, right, and this is looking to my left. Or, in other words, we can just erase these, or we'll just do this. We've got, I need to bring my colors down here. 1, come on, 2,
Thank you,
3.
Valeria, for the follow.
We've got
Nicholas for the follow.
X. We've got Y. And then we've got Z, which comes out from the center. Right? So these are going away from us. So here's our X-axis, and you have vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2.
Might use that a little bit.
Sure. Vanishing point 3, vanishing point 4, and vanishing point 5 in the center. 5-point perspective. Now, this is the crazy part. We can actually map these Krenz cubes out to this sphere.
Yep.
Now let me take this.
Parkour asks, are you going to get into drawing people and poses from different perspectives later?
Probably not this
today.
stream.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack.
Before we even get into drawing people.
Yeah, people, it comes way, way, way later after you've done dozens and dozens and dozens of sets of these and dozens of these if you want to draw people in this kind of perspective. So, Krenz cubes. This is the crazy part, right? This is the absolute craziest, coolest part of this, in my opinion.
Thank you for the follows, guys.
Those Krenz cubes that I talked about earlier, they actually map to this exactly. Now, front. There's that. So, let me say something really quick, all right? Let's go over here. And remember how I said if you go all the way over here and you flip it one more time, you start looking at the left side of this box. So I'll just take this blue and I'll go back here and I'll just color this in. So we've basically made a full 90-degree rotation of this box here. We've gone 22.5 degrees, 45 degrees, 67.5 degrees, and now we've gone 90 degrees and we've flipped that box 90 degrees, right? Well, we can actually do this on that grid right here. So here's the front view right here. Because remember, this is looking to the right and this is looking forward. So that's a 90-degree turn, right? 90 degrees. Now I'm looking back to the Z. X, Z.
Create the 90-degree.
X, Z. Right? 90 degrees.
Why
Just
does
like
look
that. I'm looking over to the right and I see this. I'm looking forwards and I see this. I'm looking to the left and I see this. So, 45 degrees. You're looking at the cube from 45 degrees. You're looking at the cube from 90 degrees. Right? So that's the front, that's the side. You're looking at the cube from 22.5 degrees. So what you'd really do is you'd take this and you divide it in half, right? And so you go, there's a 22.5 degree, and now here is a 67.5 degree cube.
3 to 1. All right, will you guys have this canvas saved as a picture anywhere to access?
Yeah, we'll upload this in the Discord server into, what's it, live stream demos?
Yeah, live demos.
This is crazy, right? So now this happens up, down, left, and right. So it'll happen down. This is going to be the top. This is going to be that 22.5 degree box. This is going to be that 67.5 degree box. And then this is going to be the top of our box. Just like that. And then it's going to happen on this side as well. So we're going to have that 45 degree box. We're going to have the right side of the box. We're going to have 22.5 and 67.5.
Thank you, M and Ava or Ama and Abs for the follow.
Like that. So we're really flipping this box around, and this is what's really cool about it, right? So again, 45. I don't expect this to be very interesting, by the way. I really just want this as a VOD so I can go back to it and send people to it.
We got 71 people here. There was earlier like 94 people here.
That's great.
I think people are thinking it's interesting.
Right? There's that 22.5.
Clear sky. Luna says, does fish eye expand past 180 degrees?
Yes, it does. If you expand past 180, what you end up seeing, you actually start to see behind you. And so what you get is you actually start getting this again.
We do have a YouTube channel, and we're actually.
And now this is going to be the back of the box.
Yep.
Right? However, this is going to blow your minds, maybe. The grid looks different. The grid actually starts looking like this. What?
Just saying, we do have a YouTube channel, and this will be on our channel. It's actually on it right now. It's a VOD. But we're also going to cut this video up later to post it as a long form video.
Yeah.
So yes, you can refer back into if you go to our YouTube channel, which is Draw Anime Academy. Same name.
And so this is actually kind of an important part. These extend past, and what happens is, you see how this is my left X and this is my right X? 2-point perspective, by the way, is this. Right here, this is 2-point perspective. See? Y'all are probably familiar with 2-point perspective. That's 2-point perspective right there. It's between Z and X. All right? So if I wanted to draw a box in 2-point perspective, it would be in there like that. But anyways, so yeah, if we see more than 180 degrees, you actually start to see the back of the box, and you start to see this. You know those drawings that you see out there that go like this.
Thank you, Aldebaran, for the follow. Ooh.
They're like in a hallway, and let's just go. Like maybe you're in a hallway and you look down that hallway, and here you are. You'll see some like anime artists that do this kind of stuff.
Looks very flashy.
Yeah. Right, and maybe there's some like windows. And then you go down that hallway and you see the other side. Maybe there's like a door in front of you or something. And there's windows going down this side. Right, and there's a door at the end right here. And then let's just say that this is my Z. So it ends up looking kind of like, I'm just gonna draw this like really, really quick.
Now I feel like you would be able to do these exercises. Just do one set every day.
Like that, and like that.
It'll improve a lot. Mozzarella Cookie, thank you for the follow. Hey Nana, and thank you Kamai for the follow as well.
Right, they look like this. Like you see, like this is like a hallway that you can see the left and the right side of. This is actually going behind you, so you would see like windows like this, and you'd see windows like this. See? It's kind of like that sort of thing is really the question. Yeah, it is interesting because like you're looking back at it. Like what's literally happening is you're going, ooh, you're like looking behind you. It's like if you had like horse vision, right? And you could see like all the way around you at once. That's basically what your vision looks like. But I don't even know if I'm really gonna talk about that too much on the stream. Undo.
Oh, I liked it though.
Come on.
You can just move it somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll move this chunk somewhere else, and if I really need to, I'll just redo it later.
Nana says your hair looks extra pretty today, and your head is also extra shiny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is literally what it is, right? Like this is that 5-point perspective. And so in the middle here, we're actually gonna have one of these boxes, and it's gonna look like this. It's gonna be your 45 degree. And we're gonna have a 45 degree over here. And I'm just drawing this really rough and fast because I want to get through some stuff. 45.
Thank you for the follow.
Right? 45 degree. Like that. And then I like to go, here's my 22.5. Right? Where it's rotated a little bit. Here's another one. Like that. I'm rotating this box. So like I've taken this box, I've flipped it to the left, and now I'm pulling it downwards. If I had my stinking Rubik's Cube, I don't know where that went. I don't know where it went.
I can try to find it.
Yeah, it's probably in the hobby room. Can you look in there? Maybe on like the 3D printing table or whatever. Okay. And I'll just continue on this for now. Right, we got that. We got this one here. We got, Christina's gonna try to find my Rubik's Cube. There's a lot of boxes here, by the way. And then let's draw this one more right there. All right, so we've kind of taken it, we've rotated it. Do you see it? I don't even know where she went, honestly. Okay, we've taken it. What? Okay. No, I don't think she can find it. And we've taken it and we've rotated it like this and to the side, and then we've rotated it towards us and kind of like flipped it over. And that's how that is, all right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to start filling in these other corners. So, for example, we've got this, which is your one, what?
I found it.
You found it. Yep. Your 1 to 3s. All right.
Here you go.
Here it is. So, what's happening here, left and right, is we're doing this. We're rotating it like this. See? 1 to 3. Now, actually, I'll do it on this camera. All right? We're taking it. We're doing this. We're going, right? Here's the side. We rotate it back over. It's going over to this side, like that. Right? It's going down. We go like that. And then it's going up. And then it's going like this. Like that, right? It's kind of rotating. Does that make sense? And so now what we're going to do is in this middle part right here, we're going like this. Right? We're going to rotate it up. So again, 3 parts, 1 part, 1 part. 3 parts, 1 part, 1 part. And then as you go like that, what you see is like this. And then as it gets even further, like that, you go, you see even more of that, like that. So as it rotates up to the side, right? And this is super interesting. Will this stream be available later? Yes, it's all recorded. You can actually rewind it, right? So we've just done this. This one is front. This one is that. We go up here. This one is that. And there we go. And then, of course, if we went outside, it would look like this, right? We'd be seeing the back of it again. So we'd see a little diamond shape in here. And it'd be like that, right? We start seeing the back. So, like, we've taken it and we've gone past 90 and we see the back of it. Oh, there's the back, right? That's cool. Pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we basically just do that with all of them. Now, do I want to do that with all of them? I don't know. Do you want to get better at drawing?
Master Jedi, Dragon Lover, and Mac, thank you for the follow.
What side should we have for? Maybe the white side, right? And then we go, whoop, oh, there we go. And look, oh, we can see more of it. So then what ends up happening is we have, wait, how did I draw it on this one? I want to keep it consistent. There we go. There's that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And there we go. It's the 2 to 2. This one right here is literally just this one right here. And so if you practice drawing these a whole bunch of times, you'll find that once you construct one of these grids, it's going to be a lot easier. And so then, like that. These are kind of squished together. I'm drawing these kind of big, but there we go. So we go, shoop, and then shoop, and then shoop, right?
No, this is not animation. This is
and
perspective.
then, yeah, this is a perspective in 5-point perspective. These are Krenz cubes. Krenz cubes, like this. He's a Taiwanese artist, and he kind of teaches perspective this way, but it's pretty much all in Chinese, and so we learned it from our friend Gene Bond. Let me tell you about his YouTube channel, Gene Bond Art. And then I'll say, go follow him. He teaches this. He's a lot better at drawing than I am, that's for sure. And yeah. But anyways, let's go back over here. Should I size this circle up?
Yeah, probably.
Let's just go ahead and take this whole thing and let's size it up quite a lot. There we go, because I keep drawing too small. And then what do we get? We get the same thing happening right here. Right? I've taken this and I've gone, and now we're going to do that, right? It just goes out. So we go, right? And then it goes up there, and it goes like that, and it goes like that, and like that, right? That. Down, back to the center. So we're really just drawing all those. And these ratios, like this is literally the cheat sheet for the ratios. And so, you know, we can come down here. And so, of course, this is a perspective grid, right? So I'm going to draw out a 5-point perspective grid really fast, all right? So you start with a circle. That's definitely not a circle. Okay, that's a good enough circle. And you draw a plus sign in the middle from left to right and up and down, all right? So each of these points is a vanishing point. You have Z, you have X, you have X, you have Y, and you have Y. You have 2 Ys, 2 X's, and a Z. And then your Z's will come out. To keep them meet, I'll just bring them out of the center. So then what you do is you divide these in half. And I explained this earlier, why this happens, like running over a ping pong ball with a car. That's why these are curved. So we're going to bring this, and we're going to do that. Now, the way to find this is, you know, if you make like an angle, if you split this angle in half, maybe like this, you try to make like this side and this side equal. What I'm really doing is I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to make, out of this angle here, I'm trying to make these 2 sides equal. And then I'm going to go through the center point and do the same thing on the other side. This just helps keep it, because if I put a dot in the center, this is actually my 45 degrees, right? If I put a dot in the center, 22.5 degrees. If I put a dot over here, 67.5 degrees. And it's going to be the same thing on the other side. So we'll pull this around.
How are you guys doing tonight? We're doing great.
And then we can really do the same thing here. This is actually not the center. I want to push that up a little bit.
Thank you, Shiro, for the follow.
There we go. And then down here, zoop, there's that. And then up here, zoop, there's that. A little bit wobbly, but we got there in the end, right? And if you did everything right, then, which I didn't, you know, which is totally fine, then these lines should essentially intersect where the X is. So you can see mine's pretty close on some of them. There we go. And then these lines, we can also draw other grid lines. Like that. This is actually a 5-point perspective grid. Sorry, I'm not really reading chat, by the way.
Thank you, Moon, for the follow.
There we go. And let's split this, 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 this. I actually find these ones a little bit difficult, but you can always rotate your paper or canvas.
Is there a PDF of this, Fivefold asks?
No. I mean, not that I've made. I guess I could make one at some point.
Z, thank you for the follow. Can you draw faces in these? You actually can.
Yeah, you can. This is just a wide angle. This is just a fisheye camera lens. So anything that exists in 3D space. I'm not very good at drawing faces in it, and I'm not actually teaching that today. So again, if you're going beyond this 90 degrees, if you're going beyond, and this is what it means to go beyond. I actually want to put that in the YouTube video.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm destroying my throat, though. Can I have water?
Yes.
Water.
I've been talking for a long time.
All right, chat. And this is what it means to go beyond. To go even further. You are essentially going to get this, and I'll draw it really rough. So X connects to X, right? Like this line right here is X, and this is X, and this is X. So what happens if you go outside of the circle? Well, you still have to connect X to X. And what that means is you get this.
Jump rope.
It loops around. It's like a jump rope. Yeah, that's how Gene described it. To that. And then same on the top. X to X.
Good song.
And then Y to Y. And Y to Y. So it literally looks like that. That is actually what it looks like when you go outside of it. And just to do like a little demonstration, you know, if I were to draw a box that goes outside of this, I would be following Y, because this is up and down. I would be following X here, right? Here. Y up and down. And now this follows X. This follows Y. This follows X. And you can see that that's literally what like a hallway looks like in a fisheye lens.
So,
right there.
Sai says I don't get the outside part.
The outside part is kind of difficult. I would say if you don't get the outside part, don't worry about it right now. Do this a bunch of times.
Yep.
So what it really is we're basically just taking these lines and we're pulling them outside of the circle, and they kind of like wrap. It's like it's kind of like a magnetic field. I didn't understand this at all in the beginning until I did these assignments a bunch of times.
Moon asks, so do these daily?
Do what, huh?
I guess these grids.
If you want to get better, yeah, for sure. So anyways, that's going outside the circle, but for now, we can just go and do this simply. It's kind of like, they kind of like pull towards this Y. So you can just go zoop, like that. And zoop, like that.
I guess I'm not sure what you mean,
And
Sai,
there's the grid lines.
when you say it's a shape around the circle.
Yeah, it's basically this like, it goes like this. There's all these grid lines in here, and they look like that.
Okay.
There's all these grid lines. Oops, I connected to the wrong in here, and they look like that.
Doesn't have to
And
be
then
perfect.
Y connects to that as well, like that. But again, it's hard enough just to understand this part, so we're just going to focus on this part. But essentially, your grid's going to look like this, and
So
then
they got it.
you can have little offshoots like that kind of wrap around. It really does look like a magnetic field.
I think it looks like an onion. Like, you know when you grow an onion and it has like little shoots coming out, or the roots coming out of it?
Yeah. There we go. So there's our 5-point perspective grid. Now I actually completely forgot what I was even talking about. Oh yeah. So, right, you can actually bring these out as well.
So that's easy.
If you want to know how many of these to draw, do a lot of them. I would say at minimum probably do 20 of these.
20 a day? I mean,
20 a day?
No,
They don't really take that long at all. And again, you do like 10 of them, you get way better at it. You get way better at it. Yes. So anyways, back to Krenz cubes. in this, the reason that I wanted to explain those vanishing points and those lines is because these lines are actually following back to your perspective. And like I said earlier, this is an advanced perspective lesson. This ain't for like, this is not really for beginners. And the main reason I'm making this video is because I want this VOD saved on YouTube, and we're streaming on YouTube. Yeah, 20 a day is pretty simple. I mean, they're not that bad. It's just a circle with a couple lines. Like
1.
This is how fast you do one, right? Half, 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 half.
Connect.
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 Connect. Connect. Half, 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 half. Connect.
Make a wireframe.
This one isn't half. Connect. 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 There's basically one.
Yeah.
Y'all can't do 20 of those in a single day?
That took like what, less than a minute?
That literally took less than a minute. And then of course you can do the these ones as well if you want.
So I asked with the boxes? Now with the boxes,
With the boxes?
take a bit longer.
No, you wouldn't do 20 of those in a day.
No. We're talking about the grid specifically.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, like this is a 5-point perspective grid. So anything that goes above this X line is above you, and anything that goes below it is below you. And so if you want to draw a box in it, and of course you want these lines as well. Forgot about those.
Can you draw objects inside of it? Yes, you
Yeah.
can. The brush that we're using, you can actually get on our profile ships. It's free.
You know, this would be like buildings and stuff.
Well, I actually did put like the full set of Krenz cubes in a 5-point perspective grid, and I did 20 of those, and that took me
A good
days.
amount of hours, but she certainly didn't do it in one day. But
no, I didn't.
I think I did about 11 or 12 of them in the last week.
Yeah.
See, like that's how you would draw boxes inside of it, like that. And then of course, again, if these boxes go outside of this, you're going to be getting. They look like this. So let's just draw like maybe a box right here. So that would be what a box looks like right there. You know, if that's like a place with like a door or something.
Is this fisheye perspective? Yes.
Yeah, this is fisheye perspective. So again, if they go out, you're still using your Z in the middle, and you're bringing this out like that.
That is always consistent. That doesn't curve or anything. That just stays straight.
And again, like if you're confused, remember Y is on the top and bottom, and that's up and down. So any lines that are going up and down are going to connect to that Y, right? And any lines that are going left and right are going to connect to the X, like that. So, right, if I have a line that's going up and down, it's going to look like that. If I have if I have an X that's going away from me, it's going to connect in to that. So I'm actually seeing, and then this one is going to the Z. That's Y. And there, that's how you draw objects outside of the 180-degree field of vision, aka it starts to go behind you. So in reality, it's like this, right?
Is the middle
You're
line
looking behind it.
Where is that where the person is looking at? The middle line?
The middle line? Yes. Oh, that's the horizon line.
So yes, that is your eye line.
Yeah, so that is your eye line. So that's 100% correct. Yeah, it's where you're looking. The Z is directly in front of you, your Z axis. Like that.
Can you also draw half of the perspective?
Half of the perspective?
I'm
I don't
not
know
sure
what you mean.
by that.
So let's go all the way back over here and let's work on a little bit more of these. So what we said before was these just keep showing up over and over. So here's a 1 to 3 and it's half and half. So that's going to go right here. You got 1 to 3 and then you got half and half. So these Krenz cubes actually match up to this grid, like the ratios are the same, and then below it is the same thing. 1 to 3, half and half.
Do you go live every day, and when? So we usually go live Mondays and Fridays these days. Wednesday we usually have a class. We're having a class.
Yeah.
So For now, it's Mondays and Wednesdays at around 5 p.m.
Mondays and Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays around 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep. And it's the same thing on this side as well. We have the 1 to 3 and the half and half, and then we have one on top as well, right? This, we've got
Gail and Evelyn, thank you for the follow. As well as V29, thank you.
Right? And so these lines, these connect back, right? These connect back to this vanishing point and this vanishing point.
It's a bit hard to see there.
Oh yeah, like this. So that's actually my perspective for it. And you can see that my perspective's a little bit off.
All you're really trying to do is just connecting those lines to the vanishing point.
Yeah. And, you know, and as it's, and the cool thing is that you can literally just rotate this and do the same thing. So it would be 1 to 3, half and half. Like that. 1 to 3 and half and half. And then you've got 1 to 3. See, this is what I've been doing the most of lately. That's why I was messing up my cubes earlier when I was drawing them on the grids. And the same thing would happen here. You've got this.
Who was the YouTuber that helped you guys? His name is Gene Bond.
Yeah. So this is very similar to what you would see in like Kim Jong-il style perspective. He draws in a lot of 5-point perspective. Krenz is, these are his cubes. This is like his assignment. Krenz Kush art. I'll just say Krenz.
He's a great artist.
He's a Taiwanese artist. He does these. They're called Krenz boxes, Krenz cubes. They're pretty common. And then Gene Bond is the person that I learned it from. He's a friend. He's been on our channel a bunch of times. And draws a bunch of stuff in like fisheye lenses and stuff like that. Does fisheye perspective still have the same 5 vanishing points? Yes, this is. So anyways, we can do this one. And again, this comes out of here. And it's half and half. It's actually exactly this. This box right here is this box right here. It's just rotated. See? As soon as I rotate it, there's that half and half and 1 to 3. There's the half and half and 1 to 3. So you're really just drawing the same exact boxes over and over.
I mean, what I did when I was doing these Krenz cubes was I would go like this way, this way, this way, this way, and I would basically fill in the rest.
Yeah, there's
different ways.
Yeah, like that's a really good way to do it. Where's that? Yeah, like you can do them traditionally like this. This is one I did earlier today, where I was trying to do them without the grid. Let's see. Yeah, this was a little bit of fisheye perspective and stuff. I do. This is just my personal sketchbook.
Can you show how to draw a cylinder and a triangle? We're just doing boxes today.
Yeah, just boxes right now. But if you want to, I don't know where to put that. I'll just put it right here. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you mean, well, a triangle is a 2D shape. A cylinder is a 3D shape.
If you mean like a pyramid or a triangular prism.
Yeah, you would really just.
It goes to a certain point.
You'd really just do that, you know. You'd probably want to draw through a bit. But that would be a pyramid, right? You can use an X to find the middle of this. Because, again, you can find the middle of a rectangle or a square by drawing an X and finding the middle. And then that would just be where the pyramid, and then you just connect the dots. And this would obviously work in any of these. X, pyramid. There's your pyramid inside of it. So boxes are really your basis for all of this kind of stuff. I should probably undo these circles and stuff that I drew. I'll just erase them. I'm working on one layer, so I keep messing everything up.
Real.
There we go.
Can you draw tilted objects that don't fall back to the same horizon line in that 5-point?
Yeah, you would move the vanishing points. So basically, along this grid, you would use the grid, or you would use you would tilt stuff by like you'd create a new vanishing point, and these would curve along the lens like this. And so if I wanted to draw like a tilted object, it would basically be, you know, like that. You could do it like that, or rather push it 45. It'd be like this. Right? And then you would have the other one like that. But that's kind of complicated. I'm not really going to cover that today. I'm just covering the basics of this stuff. And also there's fisheye grids that are 45 degrees. Like this circle represents a 180 degree field of vision. And so your vanishing points don't have to be right here. You can move them. So for example, if I draw a grid, what you can do is your vanishing points can actually be here and here. And so what you'd end up with is a grid that looks like this. And this.
Do y'all have an Instagram? Yes, we do, but we're not active.
We're not very active on it, right? Your grid essentially looks like that.
How many times should I practice this a day? As many as possible.
I mean, that's up to you. If you want to get good at it a lot.
Yeah, if you want to get good.
Right? So there's grids like this, and you would basically be drawing 45 degrees. Like this is a 45 degree grid, right? So you'd be looking at a box from a 45 degree angle, right? If this is like a house, it'd probably look something like that. So you, again, your Z vanishing point, like, and then this could be your Z, and this could be your X, because I've shifted it. Like the 5 vanishing points are not locked to this circle; they move around within it, and so you'll see artworks that have tilted horizon lines. And so, like, for example, let's just say we've got this, and let's say actually that this is my horizon line right here, which means that this is Z. You've probably seen grids like this before. In illustrators will do them, right? And so you could do, I don't know, boxes like this. Where does that one go? That one goes like that. That one goes like that. With boxes like that. And boxes like this. Like that kind of thing. This is a tilted horizon line. So your horizon line is there. Your Z is there. You know, you got, this is looking straight down. So if there was like a hole in the ground, or even just, let's just say like a box in the ground, instead of a hole like a circle, it would look like
square.
Yeah, it would look like that. And then you'd actually start seeing behind you over here, like this. So if there was a box back there, you know, it would look like that kind of thing. Let me look on my phone really quick. There's some anime artists who do that kind of stuff, and I have a couple pictures of them somewhere.
MJ Slikus and
here they
Sakura,
are.
thank you for the follow.
You've probably seen like this kind of thing before. That this is the exact grid. Like this grid right here is this grid. This person's just tilted it, so it's like that.
Same thing though.
It's the same grid. You can see that this line right here is straight. That's the middle of the lens, but their horizon line is actually curved. So this line is this line. This line is their horizon line up here. So like that's the perspective that they use. This artist is super good. Like they're way better than me, but this is the camera that they're using. So if I were to like undo,
so I guess my question is, why is this straight and these?
Because it's the middle of the lens.
Oh, I see.
The lens is independent of your vanishing points.
Okay.
It distorts the vanishing points, right?
Distorts
so like
okay.
this is that middle. So it kind of looks like this, and then it goes around like this. There's the building in front. There's the building to the side.
Oh, wow.
There's the girl right here.
See, like, if I were to do this piece, I would
There's
have thought
the
that I had
girl.
to curve that line.
There's the girl's legs. Like this, the foot. You know, there's the top of this building over there. There's this building on that side. This building on this side. There's a bunch of buildings and stuff in the background. See, there's the lens. That's the camera lens that they're using. It's a curved horizon line. The Z-axis is at a 45-degree angle. That's why you're seeing this box right here at a 45-degree angle. Like if I took a little chunk out of this, that would be that. I'll put it on the center. It would, if I took a little cube chunk out of this wall, it would literally be this Krenz cube right here, because it's at a 45-degree angle.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It looks like you're looking through like a telescope lens.
Yeah, it's super cool. This person uses a lot of cool perspective. Like here's another one. This is another 45
so
degree.
cool.
You can see that these are all curved down here, and this one is straight up here. So they're actually it actually to me it looks like they're drawing this picture in this quadrant of the grid.
Oh.
This picture takes place in that quadrant. You can see because there's the horizon line and it's straight. So I know their Z vanishing point right here is right there. These come out. Well, those lines are curved as well. So maybe they are using a 45 degree. But anyways.
What's the name of the artist?
I don't actually know. I found
Someone
these
can
on
reverse.
some, it's all in Japanese. I've never actually found this artist. I think they're quite popular. Here's another 45 degree angle one.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
It does look like a 45-degree angle,
Yeah.
like in a box.
Like that kind of thing. But if anybody in the chat knows,
That'd be so cool.
let me know, because I actually want to follow them.
I do too. Crumpy Grims and
Where the heck-
Kevin,
oh.
thank you for the follow.
But yeah, it's really cool how all this stuff works. But it really goes back to, there's these exercises which nobody wants to do, and you do these so many times that it becomes muscle memory. And then when you start actually applying them to the grid, it's a lot easier. And the funny thing is like, it's not really muscle memory for me, because I totally messed up on them earlier.
Well,
Here's that
Yeah,
45.
I feel like the more you do them, the more you'll memorize. But you kind of knew something was off.
Yeah. There's that, right? Here's the 45 degree on this side.
Hey Daniel, I feel like I have so much to learn. Thank you for teaching us. Aw.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Like, I feel the exact,
the exact
same way. We're taking an oil painting class by a really good artist named Robert Lemler.
my
And
gosh.
he's been a professional for 40 years and had galleries all over the States and stuff. And I literally feel like an absolute beginner,
I
which
feel like
is
an
like really
absolute- yeah.
inspiring too, right? I'm so
I
inspired
feel
by
like a
it.
student, which is great,
Yeah.
which is what we've always wanted. And for me, like I'm taking a mentorship by Gene Bond, and honestly, like I feel like I wouldn't really
Yeah, Gene's so
be
good.
able to do this kind of stuff without just having that accountability and the teaching, and it's just great.
Yeah. No, Gene's super good. Everybody
really
should go
good.
follow him on YouTube.
I know.
He streams all the time. Gene Bond art. I'll actually show you like some of the art that he just made. He taught us a lot of this perspective.
I can't stress to you enough how much a mentorship is so worth it. Like
Show
if you
off
want to
art.
like really get good at art, find a mentor. Pay them obviously, but find a mentor that can really help you and guide you with what you need to do, because it's really hard doing things alone. Like if I didn't take a mentorship, I would probably just be doing the same thing as I've always done, and this is really just getting myself out of my comfort zone. It's just really good. Any time that you can take a mentorship at some point in your life, like I would say do it. It's just that good. And of course, if you find the right teacher, it's even better.
Yeah, like this is something that Gene streamed like earlier today or yesterday. Like he did. There he is. He's right there. And he streams on YouTube all the time. He does these crazy cyberpunk fisheye camera lenses with motorcycles and stuff. And this is all traditional. So this is all just sketchbook
He
stuff.
literally does it so effortlessly.
And he's insanely good. He's super underrated. Like this guy should be way bigger than he is. He's really good. Like look at how good that is. Like just
look at
these
the lips.
fisheye, wide angle motorcycles and stuff. But yeah, this is his name right here. He teaches all the time on his YouTube channel. So if you want to know more about this stuff, go give him a follow. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much just business as usual, right? You're just filling these in. There's your 1 to 3 and your half and half. Here's your 1 to 3 and your half and half. Here's your 3 to 1. That one, right? This one right here is literally just this one. It's just upside down. And it's in a different camera lens, but it's upside down. So this is in a fisheye camera lens here, right? There it is right there.
Wow.
And you can flip this grid upside down and it still is the exact same, right?
I feel like I need to
there we go.
get better at like choosing like what grid to use, like using this using that 5-point perspective grid.
What the heck was that? Oh, the
That
cap.
was
Yeah, this is, and it's the same thing here, right? You got this, that. I find it a lot easier when I can see my vanishing points, or like when I can really I know where they are really well. Like, which is obvious because like you can't draw a line if you don't know where it's going.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for the follow.
Right, check that out. And you really just fill them in. So like there's those two. We can fill these ones in as well. Like that. And again, I'm drawing like really messy right now, but there it is. And so what we've done is we've taken this middle, which is the front, and we've gone like that, and we've brought it up, and we've brought it down, and we've brought it down like that, and we've brought it up like this, and we've brought it up like that, and we've brought it down like that, right? And then around the edges, it kind of goes like that. Like you don't see the top or the bottom, but you see the sides. So you can see that like you won't be able to see the top or the bottom of this Rubik's Cube, but you can see the sides shifting. So that's what these around the edge are. And then of course, if it goes beyond, you know, you're gonna start seeing the back of it like that. Wow. And that's what this little sliver right here is. But I've wanted to make a video, like I've so wanted to understand this stuff for so many years, but I just didn't know where to learn it, and I didn't have the full picture. And so now that I have a much clearer picture of this stuff, it helps so much. Like there's that exact camera lens that was used there. And so my next goal is I want to actually start making legit illustrations in these camera lenses.
Yeah.
Right, there's that exact one. And you know, you had all like the windows and stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And of course you could go outside of this. Like you could go outside of that. And these would go out like that. If you wanted to go outside of this cone, this 180 degree field of vision, you could do that and you wouldn't be super confused with it. Bunch of buildings down there. Maybe I'll add like a taller one in the background.
Thank you, Ships. I want to understand perspective so bad. You are my first step. We got this. Heck
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Miki, turn into Miki.
Here we go. There.
Just add a ponytail and it's Miki.
Yeah.
It's cute.
There you go. And of course, you know, you got to know like anatomy and everything as well if you want to draw people. Like this is pretty advanced stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have to have a lot of prerequisite knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just a never-ending journey of learning. I feel like a complete beginner.
Me too.
Found the artist of those perspective shots. It's at OMAO _ 510 619 54. It looks like this is the
Artist.
behind those images that I was showing a little bit ago. That's what a chat member says.
Thank you for the reverse search.
Thank you. I feel like a complete beginner. I gotta get back to grinding it out. Like, I just so feel like a beginner these days. I've been doing a lot of sketchbook work. Super fun. Well, Gene is amazing. Holy, yes, Gene's great. He's super nice too. He comes on our stream all the time as a guest. And Christina's taken a mentorship with him. My boxes look so bad. Oh, that means there's nowhere to go but up, which is fantastic. I think I'm about wrapped up here. So I can end this recording.
All right.
And we got a nice long hour and 18-minute recording. I don't know what I'm going to do with it exactly, but I mean, the VOD's up regardless. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally messed up on that box originally. There we go. I've been doing so many of these. I haven't really done these quadrant things in such a long time. But yeah, that's really, really cool stuff. So I would say, if you want homework, do how many of these? 20 of these. I would even say like do 40 of them. Or 30. Maybe we'll say 30. Maybe we'll say
30 is pretty good.
30 of these.
I mean, if you think about it.
And then do 20 of these grids, times 20 of these. And then after you're done with that, do 20 of these.
Ooh.
New grids. And do 20 of these with all your boxes.
Now
like
that's
that.
a challenge.
Like that, yeah. I find them really enjoyable. They're very therapeutic.
They are. Like, once you get into a rhythm, you're like, oh, like you're in the zone, and it's just really fun.
Yeah, and another challenge that you can do, I did it in my sketchbook earlier, is you just basically do these boxes. And you sort of just create an equal, right? I put a little plus sign here, and that's my vanishing point. So I go there. There. And there's my other vanishing point. So I do that. And then I do it to the left or to the right. There. You'll get way faster at this. It'll be really slow in the beginning.
I was very slow in the beginning because I didn't really know how to do it.
There's your right vanishing point. Try not to flip your page too much because you really do want to get good at drawing these at every angle. Right? And then you go like this. I like to get these in place first. So there's your left, right, and up, and then we'll go down. And it's really the same thing. There's that. There's this. There's this one.
It's insanely motivating how fast you were able to connect the grid to the artist. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Kind of using the same grid as the artist and drawing it.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty standard camera. Like you get really like this is just 45. Like I know because I've got a straight line in the middle, which is the middle of my lens, and then I can just look for the horizon line where there's buildings, right? Like your horizon line is where the sky meets the ground, and it's up here. And so I go, oh, that's a 45-degree grid. It's a pretty standard. It's a pretty standard grid, and then yeah. So you got these right, and I like to go out, and I like to draw this one on all four corners, and I go out. 4 corners, one, not really 4 corners, more like the 4 edges of the circle. There's that one, and I can clean these up later. And I'll just do this as like a really quick example, right? And then what you can do is you can go halfway, boop, 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 and that's the corner of your of your of this box right here. Nope, this. That's your corner of that box. And so you can go zoop.
Is 81 grid unnecessary in the beginning?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Boomy says, I saw your sketches earlier, Colton. Have you posted more of them somewhere? They were really awesome.
No. What sketches are you talking about? Just in the Discord server, but I don't really post anything that I draw these days.
How'd you do that so effortlessly? He's done these a lot. And he's also gotten a lot of drawing experience, so it takes a lot.
You know, that one, that one, that one. This one goes back like this.
He's drawn a lot of grids, put all the Krenz cubes in there, and now he's just basically doing
See, in my head, I see this. I see that fisheye lens in my head that connects like this. So I'm trying to make an effort to hit those points. And I'm assisted by the fact that I've studied these, which match the grid. So as long as I put this cube in the right place, it's gonna match. Just in those sketchbooks.
Thank you, Captain, and Fumi,
I
thank you for the follow.
don't actually think I do. Right, and so I know that this is gonna follow this line, and I know that it's gonna be a not very curved because it's close to here, so it's gonna my curved line is gonna be like that.
Thank you, legit. Thank you for the
And
follow.
I'm gonna see three parts of the front, one part of this side, one part of that, and then I'm just gonna make the exact same box down here. And I'm gonna make the exact same box
Yes, this actually is already on our YouTube channel.
up here.
It's on a VOD.
And I'm gonna make the exact same box down here. So I've got those corners, and it's almost like solving a Rubik's Cube. You're like, okay, I got my corners in.
Yeah, it is like that. It is.
Yeah, and then there's of course this one, which is gonna be a diamond shape, and then it's gonna be half and half.
Guess who's behind you?
Toby! He's so precious.
Oh, he responds
Diamond
to
shape.
sketches now. Toby.
Half and half. Here's that diamond shape. Half and half.
I've been drawing for years, and perspective has always been a trouble for me. Same.
Diamond shape, half and half. Yeah, that's why Christina's taking that mentorship.
Because I don't want to be a trouble anymore.
So this one is gonna look like that, right? Because this goes back to this vanishing point. These lines follow this vanishing point. These lines follow this vanishing point. And I'm just eyeballing like back to it. So again, there's that vanishing point. There's that one. And these lines, I should curve them more, right? These Y lines, the up and down, are following this line because that's my grid. So you can see I'm not even all that accurate right now. But it kind of gets that illusion. So then I'll draw these two on the end, right? And then there's this one. And we got those four in. So it's like you just kind of get those chunks in, and you could actually see that really coming together.
Thank you, Karina, for the follow.
How do you draw so easily on the smooth surface on the tablet? I feel like I'm not. Like, look how wobbly these
Oh, you
lines
should have
are.
seen my drawings.
They're like this.
Yeah,
I
mine don't
feel like
that
these
too.
are just really wobbly lines.
It's very difficult to draw very smooth lines. That's why you have to use a bunch of stabilizer.
Yeah.
It's totally normal.
Yeah.
You know?
And so let's go here. And let's do my 22.5-degree ones. And then this, you know, it's a circle and it goes around. And so we've got that one. I always have trouble placing these ones.
Which ones? Oh, yeah, those
Like
are hard.
knowing exactly where to put them.
Yeah.
Like I can draw them, but where the heck do I put them, dude?
I think the edge, like, oh, I'm so used to drawing on my iPad that I'm like trying to move my paper. I think of it like this. So this is the curve. This is the edge. This is the corner. This is the corner. So half.
Okay.
Maybe.
That does work. So you mean like halfway?
Yeah.
So it's like I just put kind of like a tick mark halfway.
Yeah, and that's
then,
like the edge. It's like the corner.
Sure, that works. Half. That one's tiny. I'm gonna redraw that one. And again, I've literally done 20 of these this week. Like, I've done so many of them in like the past 3 days. That's what the repetition is all about. Mm-hmm. Like, you do so much repetition that you can do them without even really thinking. And I'm gonna do another 20 more this week probably. So guess what? This box right here, we're gonna put it right there, except we're gonna rotate it 90 degrees. So we're gonna have our diamond shape, right? And this is coming out like that. And these two lines are going like that from my bottom vanishing point. And then these lines are going back to this vanishing point. Like that. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This is coming out of here, going down to there, going back, going over left, back to Z, left X, bottom Y, left X. Right, this one being Y on the bottom, this one being my left X, this one being my right X, this one being my top Y, XYZ axis.
I live in Australia. Do you recommend if I do a TOEFL course or university for art classes? I'm not familiar with those, and I'm not really familiar. We're not really familiar with like universities in Australia for art. I would say if you want to, you can look at and I would say really pay attention to the instructor's work, because that will basically help vet the potential quality of the teaching. If it doesn't look very hot, maybe not go to that class. It sounds kind of mean, but there's definitely, universities and colleges are very expensive, and we just want to make sure that you get your money's worth. I would say this depends on your learning style, but if you can find an artist that you really want to study under and that you can afford to study under them, I would say choose that instead, so you don't waste time and money. That way you know what you're getting. But I can't really answer that question. Was that Russian? Is that Russian?
There we go. See, we're just getting a bunch of these filled in, and I'm really just drawing those same Krenz cubes over and over and over. Mm-hmm. They're just at different angles, and when you are able to draw those Krenz cubes a bunch of times, what ends up happening is you can say, okay, I'm gonna draw that 1 to 3, but I'm gonna extend this box instead, and I'm gonna draw through a little bit, and then I'm just gonna go
fun car. Tully. He knows his name.
He does.
I love it when he's like super tired.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It's really cute.
And now you're drawing objects at any angle.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know those Krenz cubes. Like you understand the perspective of it. Let's just say
Beaver. They have hairbrush.
Right.
Oh, that's so cute. What the heck?
What is?
Just that what you just drew. I don't know. It just looks adorable. Wow, you're just drawing these so effortlessly.
Not as effortlessly as Gene.
Yeah, but still very effortless. I mean, I can't draw a card just like that, because I'd never drawn cars.
And once you get better at like Krenz cubes and everything, you do this kind of thing. You can draw stuff from different angles and practice doing that. Like drawing stuff at different angles, right? Yay, perspective to animate, and it's showing me how much perspective is suffering. And I know what you mean. And yeah, like, and another thing, get one of these little guys, and by little guys, I mean like it's literally tiny, right? It's a baby skull. It's not a baby skull, it's a baby version of an adult skull.
It's a baby-sized.
It's a baby-sized adult skull, and you draw your Krenz cubes, and then you try to add a skull in every single one. And the cool thing about a skull is they're actually pretty square. They fit inside of a square, actually, in side view, and in front view, they're a little bit longer. So, you know, so you pull this down, and you go like that, and then you can go, okay, well, here's my cranium. Here's my front. Here's my top. Here's my halfway point. That's my eyes. And you got your reference right in front of you. So if you need it, you can use it. You know, and so there's that. There's the chin. This goes back. This goes up. This kind of hooks under there. There's that. Here is the cheekbone coming down. Cheekbone on the other side. Probably want to pull that in. And you can literally let's just hold the skull at this angle, but you're also drawing in 3D. You're trying to draw this in 3D while you're looking at the skull as a reference. Right? Here's your side plane. Here's your brow ridge.
Thank you.
And I would say, you know, just do a bunch of Krenz cubes and put a skull in every single one of them if you want to get better at drawing heads and faces. Or you can just draw like a face or a head in every single one as well. I would make sure you add your lines as well. Your what's it called? Your contour lines, so you understand and can describe the form. This is actually closer to the eye socket. And there you go. There's one. And then you can do another one. But let's say you do a 1 to 3 on top, and you do a 2 to 2 on the side.
Welcome back, Scramble. And thank you, Ash, for the follow.
So, again, 1 to 3, and then 2 to 2. So it's literally this. Where are those? It's this one. So I would add the skull inside of that one, wherever the heck. Oh, here it is. You know, and you could do it the opposite way. Although this is similar to the one I just drew, isn't it? Maybe I'll do a different one then.
Vic J says, "Wow, if you know how to draw cubes in perspective, you kind of know the building blocks of life."
I mean, Legos are a thing.
Yep.
Legos are just little blocks, and they get turned into all kinds of stuff. So, you know, and you could go, oh, I'm gonna have a trailer attached to this, but it's gonna be at a different angle. So let's just say, what if it was even turned like this? So maybe like that.
Legos are great.
Maybe we do like that instead.
Cute.
And maybe the person's like moving, right? So they've got like all these boxes, and like they're all kind of like stacked. Like when we move.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe they've got boxes in the back.
Got a couch on the back.
We could put a couch on the back.
Man, that was a crazy move that we had. So fast.
Bro,
I blame them in Minecraft for my love for architecture. Oh, that's sick.
that is great.
It's
Look
great.
at that.
Fox, thanks for sharing the live.
Is that I'm not Fox?
Yeah.
Fox, hello.
Did you even
about
say
that?
hi today?
Yeah, what the heck? Where was our hello?
I I didn't get
There.
my greeting.
They got a couch in the back.
Couch is falling. There she goes. Micah, thank you for the follow.
And then we'll do that sort of thing. I drew a French easel last night. They're pretty cool.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Fox says, hey.
Hello.
How are you doing? It's been a while. Oh, that's the French easel. Oh, okay, nice.
And I'm going to go down to the ground. And I'm going to come back. And I'm going to put my leg out there. And I'm going to put this leg out here. And I'm going to put this leg out here. I'm finally drawing a lot on stream. There's our French easel, except it has a drawer, and that drawer will like stick out the front.
Any tips for art block? What are you gonna do next live? Haven't decided yet.
Come on, hand.
Aster, thank you for the follow. I've been super busy this whole month, so I haven't been able to come to stream. That's okay, Fox, as long as you're doing good and
I
having
hope
good
you're
grades.
doing well. We've missed you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for art block. Find your reason for your art block. There's multiple reasons why people have art block. Whether if it's like maybe they're going through a rough time in their lives or something else, don't really know. But not all art block is the same.
Not all art block is created equal.
Yeah.
That's actually totally true. I think art block tends to be a general term that people apply to a lot of different potential situations.
Yeah.
So maybe trying to dig in and figure out exactly like what exactly you're feeling and why. Are you putting too much pressure on yourself to perform at a high level, and so you're avoiding it in order to protect yourself from feeling bad? Are you just uninspired? Did something happen in your life that made you upset, that made you not feel like drawing? Like, there could be a lot of different things. So.
And I feel like it would be a really good video to make.
It's a horrible one, I think.
You know the Toy Story scene where the guy, the old man, is cleaning the toy, and it's like super aesthetic.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You can't rush art." I feel like I could connect that to like a video about high expectations with art. You can't rush it.
You can't rush art. I don't know. I have no idea why I said it that way.
Potato mash. Thank you for following. Thank you, Lexi, for following.
This is absolutely not a cube.
Maybe it's this job I got this summer. It could be. Oh, those are nice.
So yeah, I mean, I do a lot of these for fun. And like, literally already I've drawn a set of Krenz cubes, an entire set on a grid, and then a second set on an imaginary grid. And so you can even check, right? You just draw line. Yep. Line. There's my X and Y. Here's my circle, which is not accurate, really, but whatever. There's my circle. Here's my 45s. 45, 45, 45, 45. And here's my grid lines. There's my half. Here's my half. 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 There's my fisheye perspective grid. Just like that. It's the same thing as it's the same thing as this one right here, except I just did it in my head instead. So once you do a whole bunch of these and draw a bunch of cubes, just like, you know, this, I would say try to do it from your head. You can do it traditionally or digitally, right? This is one that I did that I didn't quite finish earlier today. This is messy.
Messy, messy, messy.
Messy, messy, messy. I wasn't warmed up at all, right? That was another one from another day. Older stuff. These are like even just from a couple of weeks ago. Like, I've already learned a lot about it. I'll undo all this. I'll have that one from imagination, and then yeah, and I would say draw stuff like skulls and everything, whatever you want. Anime heads, I don't care, at different angles.
You know the head at different angles lecture that I did for our anime art school?
Yeah.
It's kind of a similar concept. I just didn't know the Krenz cubes back then.
Yeah, that is cool.
Can you draw cars?
Not really. I'm not very good at drawing cars. I did like a little truck here.
Mike Johnson and Valencia, thank you for the follow. Like more of them in different position. If you feel like it.
What, huh?
If you feel like drawing more cars at different positions.
I mean,
different angles.
Gene actually came on our YouTube channel pretty recently. He did a whole lesson on how to draw cars, and he really just breaks it down by you've got your body.
The body.
You've got the tumble dome, which is basically just this pulled in. And then you've got the wheelbase, which is, you know, like that. And if you connect them all together, it'll look like a car automatically. So let's just turn this one into a car.
Do you use your own brushes?
You can actually download this brush for free.
Yep.
We have it on our website. We also have it on our Discord for free. Starts to look like a car pretty quickly.
Oh, thank you, Nightwell, for the follow.
You put the bumper.
Hey, Dingy Doodles. That's such a cute name, Dingy.
Yeah.
Toby, are you a little dingy?
He's a little dingy, little dingleberry.
Dingleberry, that's horrible.
He sure gets them, dude.
Yeah, he sure does. Oh, I want to try making gnocchi sometime. What if we had a vegetarian dinner tonight?
How often do we go live? Right now, we're doing, until we figure out what time to go live, on Tuesdays or Thursdays. We're only doing Mondays and Fridays right now. I'm really trying to think. You know.
Like, it's cute.
Ugh,
I need to check on Applejack.
I'm really not that good at drawing cars though. You should watch the stream that we brought Gene on our YouTube channel. I need to practice that more. Dang, it feels pretty good drawing on an iPad, doesn't it? Yeah, it feels really good drawing on an iPad. But anyways, so I mean, that's kind of all I got. Like, everything that I wanted to cover today, I covered, which goes all the way from these, you know, Krenz cubes that you can just get by dividing the grids, all the way over to the 180-degree field of vision with the half sphere, and then you run it over with a car, and it gets squished onto a page, and so it looks like, you know, it just kind of looks like a flat thing on a page. Like that.
Thank you, Socially Awkward and Gucci Whip, for the follow. Thank you, V Party Time, for the follow as well. Kirigi, hello.
Right? There's your X, Y, and Z. So this gets flattened. You run it over with a car, and it gets squished onto a paper, and it looks like this. And then that's it. I hope that was understandable. Who's been here the whole time? Dahlia, I'm sure you have. Raise your hand if you've been here, like, basically the whole time.
Oh, look at that.
Is that who's
That's
is
Dahlia's.
Oh, wow. That
Hey,
looks
those boxes
great.
don't look that bad.
Those
What are you
actually
talking
look
about?
really good.
Yeah. Those look very good.
Posted my study along in the study share. Yeah, let's
That's the
check it
one.
out.
That's the one.
So Dahlia drew along during stream and did all of this. So she was following along. There's the half sphere. There's the 5-point grid. Here's the
I would agree
boxes.
with the
Wow, look at that.
That's nice.
That looks really nice. This is good stuff. Awesome. So Demir Dahlia.
Yes.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Very demure.
Save for the first 10 minutes. Hello, awesome. Nimera, I haven't been sadly. Just got here. Hey, that's sick, dude. That's a lot of fun. I like these streams. I'll do more perspective streams. I enjoy drawing in perspective, and I need the practice anyways. I felt like I was in class again.
Aww.
This is probably exactly what I would teach in a class, except I would teach it over a period of 6 weeks or whatever.
I'm trying
like
to
a lot of this.
draw a figure first and adding a grid around it.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Is that your homework for this week?
Yep, but this is not part of my homework. I'm just doing extra.
Yeah.
Like on the side.
By the way, chat, if you really want to learn something, do extra homework.
Yep.
Looking at you stuff, maybe. Nah, I'm kidding.
Oh.
You don't have to, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Perspective class when? I don't know. Such a good lesson though. It applies to most of the stuff you want to draw. Yeah, it applies to virtually everything. Like the only thing I didn't cover that I wanted to was how 1, 2, and 3 point perspective fits in this. 1 point perspective. This is 1 point perspective. It's just that. 2 point perspective is right here. You can see 2 point perspective. 3 point perspective right here. See, 1, 2, and 3 point perspective, linear perspective, is just a simplification of this. It's just instead of curving the lines, you keep them straight. So like this cube right here in 3 point perspective would just look like this. Right? It would basically just be that. Because you got, so in 3 point perspective, it would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. And it would be, right here between those 3 points. 2 point perspective is just your X and your Z. So here is 2 point perspective. And then you'd have those verticals would be straight. And then 1 point perspective is in here. 1 is the most limited. Once you start getting too far out, like in these directions out here, you start to majorly get distortion because again, linear perspective is just a simplification. It's not actually real. It takes curved lines and it makes them straight for simplicity's sake. So with 1 point perspective, right, if I bring lines out like this and I bring that back, like see there's a 3-to-1.
Dingy says 55 point stream 1. Point perspective stream 1. That's
funny.
What dimensions are there in your perspective?
Like that, right? That's a 1 point perspective cube. But and that would work within like this area right here. What's the? Can you get the Scott Robertson book actually? Now that I think about it, I need to cook for a second.
Okay.
So 1 point perspective, I have a feeling that it only actually. So you know how earlier I was saying that like this. Where's a better grid? See, this is 45 degrees. This is where this cube is. And this is 67.5. So this is where this cube is. And then this is 90 degrees right here. This is actually your cone of vision. So if you want a 45 degree cone of vision, you would draw a circle between these points. Like that. That is a 45 degree. Actually, no, that's a 90 degree cone of vision. My bad. This is a 45 degree cone of vision.
Here you go.
Sorry, because it's 45 to 45. Yes. So this book, How to Draw Objects and Environments from Your Imagination. This is Scott Robertson's book. Scott Robertson and Thomas Bertling. I had Thomas Bertling as a teacher in Art Center. He's a really cool designer. And see, this is exactly what he's talking about right here, microscopically. Here's his 45 degree point, and here's his center vanishing point. So what this is literally a picture of is this 45 degree point and this center vanishing point right here. So he's drawn a circle from the 30 degree mark, which is like 45, 22.5, maybe like right here, to a 30 degree mark. And he's drawn a circle around this. And this is a 60-degree cone of vision because you go from 30 to 30. So 30 plus 30 is 60-degree cone of vision. Remember what I was saying earlier about your cone of vision, right? Like what you're seeing. So 1 point perspective only actually works up to a certain cone of vision, and then you start breaking it and it looks bad.
Interesting.
So those dots kind of connected back together, right? Like a 90-degree cone of vision would be this. 180-degree cone of vision would be this whole circle. So what this circle is, it's literally a cone of vision, right? Like, except it's not a cone anymore, it's a half ping pong ball. Where is that? But a cone would be like that, right? So that's the one thing I forgot to cover today, which was like cone of vision. So it's really interesting. So like, I think 1 point perspective, I think it only works up to about a 50-degree cone of vision, which would probably be like this. And if you start going outside of it, you start to get really weird distortion. Like that. What dimensions are there in your perspective? I don't really know what that means. 5 dimension? Huh? What purpose is this for? It's for drawing pictures in fisheye lenses like this. Like this kind of stuff. Drawing images in fisheye perspective camera lenses. Oh, I forgot these 2 lines here. Whatever. Oh, interesting. I never really thought about the cone of vision stuff. Let me look at that. Where does it? I forget. Where does it say in his book where perspective starts to break? I forget. It's on like vanishing points. Scott Robertson's so good. He does all this freehand. These cars. Perspective. See, 30-degree vanishing point, 60-degree cone of vision, 60-degree vanishing point. Okay. Here it is. Cone of vision, 1 point linear perspective. To avoid them altogether, stay within a 50-degree cone of vision. Go even as small as 40 degrees. So like a 50-degree cone of vision, which basically means you can only go 25 degrees over here and 25 degrees over there before 1 point perspective starts to break. 2 point, be aware that around the edges the distortion will increase, so it's best not to place any critical drawing elements near the edges of the circle itself, right? 60 degrees. So this
book is the Scott Robertson How to Draw.
So a 60-degree cone of vision would be like right here. So you want to stay within this circle with 2 point perspective, or else you'll start getting perspective that looks really weird, like this. Have you ever drawn a city? Try to draw a city in 2 point perspective and your buildings look like that? It's because you've gone outside of this circle too much and it starts to look weird. Because again, linear perspective is just a simplification. In 5 point perspective, almost anything goes. Keep in mind that whatever is being drawn will be like a wide angle lens photograph. See, here's an example in his book. There's a 60, there's a 90, and there's the box. That's sick. I actually understand all this stuff now. Yeah.
Take a screenshot.
How to draw objects, drawing and sketching objects and environments from your imagination, and the author is Scott Robertson, right here.
It's a very advanced book. It's very difficult.
It is an advanced book. Like he's a transportation designer. He's like hardcore. He ran the program for entertainment design at Art Center College of Design, which is a pretty famous transportation design school for a really long time. And he made this book and talks a lot about drawing in perspective, vehicles. It's really, really, really accuracy focused. He does a lot of like XYZ section drawing like this. Everybody buys it, nobody reads it. I read a lot of it. I just didn't understand some of it. Right, here's ships and stuff in perspective, tall ships.
It's like a very good copy book.
It's a very impressive book. It's like printing out a fake diploma and putting it on your wall for something you never studied.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh, interesting. So 60 degree. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yada perspective choice. Yada line Box-kun?
Line and box.
What if we made Box-kun? What do you look like? You're drawing. You like immediately grab your pencil.
I have to.
What if he's like this? What if I did that thing?
What thing?
This thing. Like that sort of thing? Nah, we'll do this. We'll do like a slight rotation. So I'll draw like a plane here. And I'll just go.
Look.
I want to draw the eyes wider. I want to draw them like this.
If it's Kun, it's not going to be a girl. So you might want to get rid of the eyelashes. Oh, that's goofy. I love it. Hey, Cereal. I did this one.
I want to add more shape language to this to make it cuter. We'll bend that, and we'll go.
Thank you, Sarah, for the follow.
Oh, that's cute. That is actually a pretty cute one. What if we did that?
Chat, you want to see my Box-kun?
Oh, that's cute. It's like the little, whatever it's called.
What?
I don't remember. It's like a cardboard box thing.
Oh yeah.
How did you do it?
I did not add any mouth. Just added 2 dots, 2 eyes.
Yeah, we can do that too.
And then I added some arms and legs on the bottom.
Oh, that's cute. He has like little stubby legs.
Yeah, stubby legs. Lynn, thank you for the follow.
Box-kun.
We're not really super into animation. I mean, it'd be cool to learn it.
Yeah, I don't know any animation.
I don't know any animation.
I would like to eventually get into some animation. Let's give these a little bit more personality.
I should play my Hello Kitty game again.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That was a heavy duty day. That was a pretty heavy duty day, wasn't it? What do you think, chat? I think there's a whole like 1 or 2 people here that listen to the whole thing and we're just like, I'm gonna lock in today. That's great. I'm really glad about that.
Look, it's his true form.
In the enlightened box sensei and Box-kun.
That's cute. His disciple and the master and the disciple. I think I wish I didn't miss 40 minutes of stream.
It was locked in. Yeah. OMG, wow. I should quote that. Quote what? Oh no. Thank you for the follow, Serial. Lynn, thank you for the follow. Kevin and Victor in another universe. In the art universe. So Christina and I have actually been thinking about developing our anime academy school with Miki and Tira and all them story.
Yeah.
And we've been thinking about like putting them through a hardcore art education school.
Like a food
and
wars?
that's like the official. Yeah, like
a food wars mixed with laid back camp.
Except it's not lewd.
It's not lewd. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like a hardcore art
competitions
and they're covered in oil paint and they're like falling asleep under the table at school.
They have to do these exams.
And they do the exams,
and they have to pass, it's like a really rigorous school or something, but it's also kind of cutesy. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. I was thinking, if that's the case, what if Ray was the art teacher that was like the Russian mafia kind of vibe?
Like Russian academic artist?
Yeah, Russian academic artist teacher.
That's pretty funny.
That'd be kind of
She's
cool.
like the Jean.
Yeah, she's like the... Well,
this was a lot of fun.
Teachers.
I enjoyed this. But I already turned off my recording earlier, so all that last bit I didn't get. But I don't
Well,
really
it'll be on
care
the
that much.
VOD.
It'll be on the VOD. Oh. What time is it? 7:09. We've been streaming for about 2 hours. We actually have to do an oil painting tonight.
Yeah.
A whole
we gotta
oil
do a
painting.
master study.
How did you twist the box? You mean the hell? This one? I just drew 2 rectangles at different angles.
I find that things without a mouth is cuter than ones with a mouth.
And then I just connected these sides that work? Wait.
Yeah.
That one's a really, really twisted one. But you can twist them less. Like, I could just twist it like this instead.
It's like a subtle twist.
He's like, huh?
Huh?
Huh? Huh?
How's our TikTok doing anyways?
Huh?
Hey, Ginny.
Huh?
Very late, but I'm glad you're here.
I heard it go off twice, but I only saw it once.
I'm so late. Misunderstood, hello. How's our TikTok doing, our new one? I'm kind of curious on how it's doing.
Chat, how's our TikTok doing?
How's our new hands TikTok doing?
And of course, if you want to make it interesting, you're really going to want to pay attention to these connecting lines. Like, I'm not just going to make it a curve like that. I really want to design these lines out, so I'm going to go and pull it into a sharper curve probably. Or I could even do like a little S curve like that. I think I'll do straight and then a sharp curve. And then this one straight and then a sharp curve towards the bottom. And then this one, maybe I can make it a little bit smoother, but I'm still kind of pushing that apex. See how much more interesting that is when you really pay attention of like the design of your lines themselves. It becomes so much more interesting. That has to do with like the design of, you know, shapes and lines and stuff. So if I had drawn that and I didn't do that,
Back meet you, Antonio. Thank you for the follow.
if I just made those lines kind of boring and even curved throughout, it would be like that. It's just not as interesting. That's still, it's hard to draw not interesting when you practice for so long, because your hand naturally wants to make an interesting curve.
Yeah. Lunalis? Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I did not pronounce that right. I'm sure it was supposed to be pronounced very majestically and ethereal, but I butchered it. It's whatever.
Buskun.
Buskun?
Buskun.
Toby, he decided to sleep here.
Yeah, he's cute.
He's gotten so much bigger, guys. He's like gotten longer. His legs are not so stubby anymore.
Where the heck? Oh no, I know. Bus is. I've never really drawn a bus before, but in my mind, it would make sense if the front part of the bus came out a bit before the wheel, so the people would actually have a way to get off. Wait. Or maybe it would look more like this, and then the people would get off right here, and then the driver sits above the tire, maybe? I'm sure they'd make buses different ways. Interesting. Something to study. What the heck is the wheel on a bus that go round and round?
Wheels on the bus guy.
Oh, that's funny. Wait, look up like an American school bus.
Wait, no. There's Boxcoon, Cylinder Chan, Pyramid,
And Sneeko Triangle. Little sneaky. Look up like American school bus.
oops. School lunch.
Okay, yeah, it is behind the tire. I thought it must be. I know there's some that are.
Pyramid,
Oh look, see this kind it's in front, but this kind it's behind.
Interesting. Maybe
I was
there's
right with
different-
both of them.
Oh.
That's interesting. So there's like a school bus that's like this.
Thank you, Screaming for the follow. These school buses are built like that.
And there's this kind is like this, and then the doors are right. That's that. And then the doors are right here. And then there's like the windshield and stuff. And then there's another kind where the tire's actually in front of the door. That's really interesting. But you have this shape.
Oh. A
And
more
then the
classic
tire-
school bus.
Yeah, like the classic school bus is like, it's like this. Actually, it's like way up there. It's like that, and then the tires way further up. It's like that, and then this tire's like way up here, and then you got like this angled bit. See, that's starting to feel more like a school bus to me.
Buses are so complicated. For what reason?
They're just they're just cubes. Buses are so complicated for what reason? To protect the children.
To send children to the institutions.
He's so precious. Chat, do you want to see Toby? I want to see Toby. I've been drawing so long. I haven't even gotten to Toby therapy yet.
Toby therapy.
Come here, baby. Oh, little meow. Come on. I can't grab you. He started purring.
Look at the baby.
Look at him. Chat. Could you say no to that face? He's so tired. He's like, what the heck is happening? Go.
Wait, put him under the camera and make him see his face.
Look how precious he is. Baby face is so cute.
Treat him how you would when you're having Lee on his back. And
Goodbye, baby. I'm a treacher.
I wish Poppy was as tiny as this. I could just carry her around.
Yeah, me too. All right, Toby, you can go nap again.
They are very silly.
They are so cute. Toby! I carry my cats like that all the time. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm trying to get him to fall asleep laying upside down on my lap almost every single day as he grows up.
It's a routine.
What is it? You meowing?
Oh, they haven't had their wet food today.
Nope.
They are gonna have their wet food
Oh
tonight.
my gosh, he's so cute, dude. Aww.
What's he doing?
He's just like pressing into my hand.
Aww. I thought the purring was my stomach for a second.
I thought the purring was my earbud glitching. I know he loves the purr. He's a purring.
What is it?
He's so precious, dude. Dang, you know what my goal should be right now?
What?
I should make some really sick fisheye lens
Illustrations.
artwork
Ooh,
illustration.
heck yeah.
See, the problem with fisheye lenses is it's so hard to get accurate scale. It's so complicated. I mean, no, fisheye's easy, chat. Go practice. Such a loving cat. Yeah, Applejack can open doors. He opens cabinets and goes inside of them. He tried to open the kitchen cabinets and go inside of it. He can get in the bathroom ones.
Yeah. He's Applejack's a
Not you gaslighting us. I don't know what you're talking about.
Applejack's a sneak. He's always up to no good. Where was the Applejack that we wanted?
Applejack is a little sneak, dude. Oh my gosh, he's such a little. And
He
gets
goes on
hair
the
everywhere.
counters.
You want me to get him?
Yeah, get him.
All right,
He's
I'll
super
get
cute, though.
Applejack.
I like petting his head when he's on the tower.
He's so cute. He's fantastic.
Oop. Sorry, Toby. Applejack. Hi. Now they have 3 cats. We sing that silly song all the time. Toby-chan. Hi. Nani-kansky. And then we fill in whatever the blank. It's such a catchy song. I have no shame. I don't know what he's meowing at. Now, super young. He opened it and once thought it was a Slender Man coming for him.
Oh,
Oh
he's
no!
so big. Applejack's so stinking huge.
Look at the baby. That's cute. That's so cute. Poppy would never do that.
No. Look at his profile, dude. It's so cool.
Ivan.
Oh my
His
gosh.
name is always forever gonna be Applejack.
He's so cool.
He's so cool. He's so cool.
Here, go put your hand up by the camera so he looks at it. Up there. He's so cute.
So handsome.
You're so handsome. There we go.
He's heavy. I didn't know 12 pounds could be so heavy.
I thought he was like 14 pounds.
I thought he was like 14 pounds. Yeah.
He is 14 pounds.
He is?
Yeah, just weighed him.
No, that was 12. That was 12 pounds and 14 ounces or something.
Oh, wait. I forget. I might have to weigh him again.
What?
Toby is screaming for food, dude. Such a loving cat, and Poppy's so cute too. I like having 3 cats. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Most of the time.
All right.
Except when Toby steps in his diarrhea and runs around the house with it on his
Bro,
foot.
are these the seam lines on our brains?
On our brains?
I have a skull.
Our brains? Please, Stuff Maybe. Please quote that. Are these the seam lines on our brains? You have to quote that. Oh, do you Toby's little tail in the green screen? Yeah. Does your cats draw as well? Yes, they draw on the wall with their poop.
Toby tracks it.
They leave little dookie
God.
footprints.
We have a litter robot, and Applejack will not go in litter robot, and he poops and pees so much. He pees a gallon. He poops
He pees
like
so much.
like a log, and
It's like a dino dookie. It's like a big old giant dino dookie.
he pees and poops as much as a big dog. And,
Literally.
and we're like trying to get him to litter robot, but he will not go in there, and I'm just so annoyed.
He's a little pest, but I just have to like kiss him. I got
know.
Applejack hair all over me now.
He sheds so much too.
I know, there's so much hair.
At this point, I'm just gonna be willing to eat cat hair.
Well, I've been eating it this whole time. I don't care. I'm just like, well, extra fiber, I guess.
Extra fiber. Super, thank you for the follow.
Free fiber. I drew the whole stream, dude.
Yeah, you did.
That was fun. That was refreshing.
That's good. Glad they had a refreshing
Nice to draw and stream and stuff.
I can't wait to do the oil painting. I actually gotta get dinner ready too. I'm thinking of making like some gnocchi
Gnocchi?
Like
from scratch.
crispy, like
Yeah,
scratch
but,
gnocchi.
yeah, I'm gonna try to make it crispy.
How were the live classes? Oh, they're going good. They're fun. It's Friday, isn't it?
I have class tomorrow. Totally forgot. Teaching torso and back tomorrow.
Where to start when you draw a box? A lot of ways to start. I would recommend going back to the beginning of the stream and looking at this. Start drawing boxes like this. Do a whole bunch of these. I teach you how to do it from scratch. You can go to our YouTube channel. Draw Anime Academy. It's the same username. And I do all of these. And I mess up on one. And get confused. Like, you could also start with the whole idea of X, Y, and Z.
Real excited, nice.
Bro, this school bus is weird. The heck?
Weirdo. Just got here, so I don't know anything. But what was that you did with the cross meant as a perspective? I'm sorry, I don't really understand that.
Cross Metas Perspective Practice, what, huh? Which part?
I don't know.
This is all on, we're streaming on YouTube as well. Glad you guys are going to stream later. Seems perfect. What do you think about cell shading? It's an effective way to shade with an effective and economical way to shade art. I have no idea. It's fine. Looks like a sphere crossed with green and red lines. Oh, this one right here. This is a 5-point perspective grid. Mm-hmm. I went through this all on stream. We're about 2 hours and 20 minutes in. If you go to our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy, you can actually rewind the stream. This entire page got drawn from scratch today. I did a whole bunch of explanations of how to draw in fisheye perspective. I did a bunch of Krenz cubes. We broke down a little bit of artwork and explained that. We drew a set of cubes without a grid, and we did a little bit of cars and stuff.
We gotta do head pats before we go.
Yeah, we should do head pats before we go. But yeah, this thing with the red and the green is just, it's a 5-point perspective grid, fisheye lens. Can't wait for class tomorrow. Me too. I'm excited. All right, we can do head pats. Mm-hmm. What are we at? 64K. Holy moly! I guess they yearn for the perspective.
They yearn.
All right, chat.
Thank you, Leonard.
Good job, 64,000. Congratulations. 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 I want a layer to make them close their eyes. They're like,
Just go sleep. Go
just
sleep.
cover their eyes. Chat, you're not allowed to see this.
That's funny.
Awesome. Good work. Good job.
Good job.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to wrap up.
Me too.
I'm tired. What the heck?
Save the image and the...
Oh, and lessons.
Yep.
Save the image. How do I do that? Galler,
Nope.
wrench,
Setting. Export.
share, JPEG,
Save image.
save image.
And then you can export the video as well.
Oh, do we want the video?
Oh, I always do the video.
This is advanced. Video, export time-lapse video, full length.
Mm-hmm. And then you save video.
Save video. Yippee.
You're welcome. It's a little bit janky, but you know it's correct.
Jank.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I really like these grids. They're so cool. Like grids that have grids that are like looking down a hallway like this.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. Like looking into a box.
Clip Studio or Procreate works pretty similarly. So if you have Clip Studio and you have it, you can just use that. It's pretty beginner friendly. We just use Procreate because it's on the iPad and we can film it. But either way works. Do you want to switch seats?
Yeah. And wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Oh yeah, you want me to wrap up?
Yep.
Let's do it. Chat. What a stream. What a fun stream. I don't know if anybody is really all that interested in the perspective stuff, but too bad. I'm gonna be doing more of it because I'm kind of on a perspective grind, and Christina's actually in a perspective grind as well. She takes a lot. She's doing a lot of perspective homework for Jean these days. Like a lot.
Ooh.
Gotta add this to my playlist. Thanks for the lesson. Be coming back to these. Awesome. What's the next stream? Not sure. Monday? But we're probably gonna start doing some like humans and figures and stuff in fisheye lenses and all
Well,
that.
that'd be fun if I know how to do it.
We'll learn.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Renee Art. Perspective stuff is interesting. Great. Wah. All right, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. It was a Colton drawing day.
Always
After
nice to see
a
them.
lot of Christina drawing days, I finally did my own drawing day.
I know, about time, honestly.
Yeah. Awesome. And if you're new, you can join the Discord server. The link is on our profile. Otherwise, you can hang out and not, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. I don't really care. I mean, we'd like to have you, but, you know. All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. We'll talk to you on Monday. You're welcome. Bye-bye. And all right. And then YouTube, we'll talk to you later as well. Thanks for showing up.
See ya.
Bye-bye.